It seems like every gun company these days is cranking out some version of a chassis-based competition-style bolt-action rifle. Ruger has one, Daniel Defense has one, and of course, SIG Sauer has this one called the Cross PRS. My job today is to find out, is it any good? Hey, Range John. Oh, hey, Studio John. Have you ever heard of the MagShack? I think I heard about them in a TGC video one time. You should probably know about the MagShack. Oh, yeah. Why? Well, the MagShack does what the MagShack does, and you might need to know about the MagShack. Oh, you're being weird because of YouTube nonsense, aren't you? Yep. All right, I will look into the MagShack for sure. According to SIG, the Cross PRS is a purpose-built precision long-range rifle. In order to accomplish that, the gun needs to be rigid and ends up being pretty heavy. So they've ditched the aluminum receiver in favor of steel, and they gave the folding adjustable stock the same treatment. The barrel is a heavy contour unit that's 24 inches long and made from stainless steel. It comes with only a thread protector on the muzzle. You can grab one in either 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor. This one is the latter. Beyond that, you have a two-piece handguard with a steel Arca rail on the bottom. Attached to the Arca rail is a Gen 2 MDT CKYE pod. That's their bipod to support the rifle in any scenario. Big shout out to MDT for always supporting us. Check them out for sure. The controls are reminiscent of an AR-15, and the safety lever has a ledge on it to double as a thumb rest. The grip is also a bit more vertical when compared to the standard Cross, and there is a more pronounced bag rider on the bottom of the stock as well. Of course, as is with most PRS-style guns, this takes AICS pattern magazines. On top of the gun, we find a SIG Tango 6 5-30 by 56 scope, and from a high-level view, this has all the accoutrements of a precision rifle. But how does it stack up? I've been shooting this rifle for the better part of 6 months off and on to gather footage for this review. I'm not sure of the exact round count, but I would say the value of the ammunition shot down range is well over $1,500. For me, that's fairly substantial, given the cost of ammo is floating around $2 per round. All right, all right, here we go, 5-shot group. Gotta like comb the beard out of the way. Not a super impressive group. The first two were touching, and then it started kind of arcing up to the side, but. So it's quite humid.
Yeah, so you get like 2 shots and then it starts going.
Yeah, you start getting a little mirage. It needs a cover very badly.
So it's actually 2 and 2, and it's maybe half-inch group.
Wow. Okay, let's go look at them. All right, so we are down here at the targets. This was our zeroing target up here. First round there, then brought it down. Cool, we were happy with that. My first shots with the gun, my first group was not amazing. I'm not super pumped. This is a 140 grain ELD match from Hornady. And I believe this one and this one were my first 2 shots, and then I started opening up a bit. I'm quite a bit rusty. However, Ben is not. And I'll be honest with you, that's a pretty solid group. 2 and 2. I mean, that's one hole.
That dot's 3/4 inch.
Okay, so for reference, that is a 3/4 inch dot. I believe this center dot over here is an inch, so slightly different. But you think that is?
Yeah, so I think it was the first 2, 1, 2.
1, 2.
And then the Mirage got it, and then it went 3/4.
Yeah, because we're running the
suppressor.
The suppressor.
Getting a little bit of Mirage.
Any initial thoughts on the Cross PRS?
Trigger's nice on it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm impressed so far.
Yeah, and the adjustability with the stocks is nice because he's bigger and I'm smaller, so we just click it in and out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice. You can just click that and adjust it.
Okay, so we're down here at the targets. This is my group with the Berger OTM 130 grain. This over here is Ben's group with that same round, 5 shots. You can see he did a lot better with both of them in comparison to what I did, but that's pretty consistent. If you look back at our older videos shooting together, Ben usually does about 25 to 30% better than I do. So we've got a nice representation of this doesn't work as well in the gun versus this. And then this is my group, the Hornady, and that is a little bit better than this. I'm still kind of breaking myself in, I guess.
It's been about a year.
It's been a long time since I've been behind a bolt gun, so I'm still getting my feet wet again. But
we'll go shoot some 500 and see how that goes.
Did you hear that, boys and girls?
Yeah,
we're gonna go to 500. Honestly, I'm enjoying shooting the rifle. I don't know what you think, but it's really comfortable.
It's comfortable, yeah.
You know,
It's got a lot of adjustment in it. I think that's what helps.
Yeah, it's got a lot of ability to adjust, which I mean you kind of need on a PRS gun, right? You shoot PRS sometimes. No tools. It may have tools in the box. I did not look.
Yeah, but no tools to adjust the.
Oh, you're saying no tools needed to adjust.
You and me can shoot it without any tools.
Right. Yeah, we don't need to like bang, yank out a screwdriver kit just to adjust the stock, which is super nice. Okay, well, it's getting a little windy out here. 500 is going to be fun. Let's go let her rip. So I've got 6 rounds of the 140 in the mag. We're just going straight for, we think it's about 550, 560. Okay. All right, Ben, 550-ish. The 140 grain, and you are dialed to 3.2 and 0.3, correct?
Yep, and I'm going to go one on that piece of steel in the chest area.
Okay.
I'm gonna...
Great.
But it looks like they're all like, what, 6 o'clock, maybe?
Yeah, like that looks like a sub-MOA group from here.
Oh, let's see.
For reference, MOA at 550 is about 5.5 inches.
So the center dot that's in this scope, what is this, a Tango?
Tango 6.
Tango 6? So the dot that's in this scope, the way I have it set at, well, it's at 20x, but it's a first focal plane anyway. That dot is perfect in the center of that red target.
Okay.
So that's what I was doing. I was setting that dot right in that red.
And you have it illuminated right now?
No.
Okay.
No, the target's in red.
Oh.
The center dot on the target's red.
I'm very curious to see how we did. You want to take a ride down there real quick? Watch that bird.
Yeah.
All right. So we are down here at our, what do we think this is? We're estimating. We're going to check this the next time we come out.
570.
570. Okay, I'll put it on screen. So we think this is about 570. Go ahead and talk through that steel.
So that's your first hit.
Right.
That's your second hit.
Okay, and then you put the one low left of that.
That's mine.
Okay.
Aiming at that. So I aim there, hit there.
Okay, and the more center hit was dialed wind, correct?
Yeah, so we went 3-2 straight up.
Right.
And then you went 3-2, but you went 0.3
Okay.
for wind.
So that's where we got that, and then I put down a group here. So I don't know the shot order. I don't. I threw one way out here, and from here to here, I believe was 1.5 inches.
Yep.
And then from this point to this point was 4 inches,
Yep.
which puts that at this range. MOA would be like an MOA, one MOA group would be about 5.6, 5.7 inches, assuming that we are correct about distances, because over there is the 500 yard, that berm right there is 500 yards. So we're kind of guessing we didn't, neglected to bring the rangefinder. Anyway, so that is definitely sub MOA, that group.
3/4 MOA.
3/4,
Yep.
which is pretty freaking solid, especially with Mirage and some, a little bit of crosswind. And then we've got Ben's group here, which is from this point to this point. We measured it with the Apple measuring app, which again, we don't know if that's 100%. We'll have to get Ballistic X out here. But that group, this was the longest point at 4 inches.
Yep, and then I think this was 3.5.
Yeah, down here was 3.5 to this point. So across 3.5, I did not measure there. I don't know why I didn't, but we'll call that a 4-inch group.
Yeah,
and a 4-inch group.
So the reason why you have 4 shots and I have 5 is because you put the first 2 on there.
Yeah,
I put my first one on there, so then I shot 5.
I put 2 out of 6 on steel over yonder. Okay, thoughts for now.
I like the gun. I think we need to shoot without the can and see what happens for
Sure.
Mirage. I think a little bit of that was Mirage 2 for me.
Okay.
You shot first, and we didn't really let it cool that much.
No, we didn't.
And then we just shot it again. So I'd like to see how it is with a muzzle brake on it.
Okay.
Next time I think we'll do that.
I don't disagree at all. And you guys can probably hear a little bit of the environmental stuff. It was raining today. You know,
Yeah.
it's very, very humid.
Like,
I don't know how that'll affect things. I don't.
Petrov said like 12 mile an hour gusts was the highest.
Okay.
So.
And that's back at the firing line. We are way down. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see us, but that's the firing line back there. We were way over there. I'll try and put something on screen for that. So I'm not mad about this so far with the initial testing. Factory ammo, 140 grain Hornady, ELD match, 4-inch group, and that's with an opportunity for improvement with potentially.
And what do we have? 20, 30 rounds out of the gun? New gun for us?
Yeah.
New gun. It might be a new gun.
Our plan for next time is to lay down,
Yep.
bring the proper gear.
Yeah.
That's something we forgot a bunch of stuff today.
Tripod.
Yeah, we're going to try shooting off the tripod. We're going to try to shoot prone, and we're also going to try to shoot without a can and see how we do, because this could be a half-inch gun. We don't know.
Yeah. Even with hand loads.
Or should I say half MOA, not
See
half-inch?
if I get some hand loads made. I'll make some
Okay.
Sierras or Hornets, or we'll do something.
All right.
Take that brass that we shot today and I'll use it for hand loads.
Fantastic.
Now, the first thing I will note right off the bat is that I feel that this Tango 6 optic is not great for the money. This isn't a scope review at all. It's not that. I'm not good at that. But if I put it head-to-head with my Leupold Mark V HD, the SIG has a noticeably worse optical quality for a very similar price. My first impressions of the gun were really good. I was able to connect with steel targets at various ranges really easily. The trigger feels nice, the action was smooth, and the weight of the gun helped to manage the already subdued recoil of the 6.5 Creedmoor. I also like the ease of adjustment in the stock. I did let a PRS shooter at our club try the gun, and being that it was a really warm day and the gun was getting hot, the groups seemed to open up quite a bit for him. His shooting ability is unknown to me, so I can't stake this review on that, but it is something to note. I have seen that before on other guns. Hot weather plus a hot gun equals bigger groups. It's just the way it is. I was just hoping that this heavy contour barrel wouldn't do that.
Oh, man. It's no 22 GT.
Nope.
Hit.
There it is. Good to go.
That's it. That's all it takes.
That's it, man. Maybe I'll go a little slower this time. Just trying to go fast.
I want to go fast.
Man.
Shooter ready?
Yeah.
Stand by. Beep.
Or in the yard.
Hit.
Missed that one.
You going for that 3?
Yeah. Why not?
several more range trips, mainly to test suppressors on the gun, and we saw decent groups, primarily with the gold standard for 6.5 accuracy, the Hornady 140 grain ELD match ammo. And there weren't any glaring complaints. Zero malfunctions, it was pretty comfortable, easy to adjust, all good so far. As we started to truly stretch the legs on this gun to targets out to 500 plus yards, we started to see the limitations of that SIG optic. The rifle was performing quite well. Sub-MOA groups at 570-ish yards is really not bad at all.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
That suppressor's doing a pretty good job.
I took my ears off just to see what it's doing.
This is 143 grain ELDX. 6.5 Creedmoor Precision Hunter. Ever since that ELD bullets came out, that's all I used, the X and the M.
Well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the M bullet is sort of the gold standard for 6.5.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've had that good of luck with the heavier bullet.
It could just be the design of that bullet with this chamber.
That's what I'm saying.
Or it might just be the ogive is a little bit farther, so it's closer to the lands, because it is a 143 hunting bullet. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think that's why it doesn't like the...
It's just a too narrow of a bullet with
It doesn't
those.
like the burgers because there's so the difference in the bullet shape is so different.
Well, let's actually shoot the burgers and see how it groups.
Yeah, let's let it cool down again.
Yep.
Alright, these are
130.
130 burgers. Hybrid open tip match.
Once again, isn't grouping the best.
No,
With that
I don't
lighter
think it
bullet.
likes that bullet.
Okay, so this was Ben's 3-shot cold bore group. That's pretty good, right? Feel good about that?
Yeah, it's like 3/4.
3/4, ragged hole, and then started to open up a little bit more, getting settled into the gun. What do you think that is?
Probably about an inch.
Inch and a half-ish. It's tough to say. We'll measure that sometime, maybe, if I remember to do it. And then you threw the first one, and then put 4 right in the same area. How do you feel about that?
Which that's funny because these are the last 2 in this group, and then we reloaded the mag, and that was the first one in that group. So that kind of goes down here, and then it moved to there. So I don't know if that's barrel heat. Who knows?
So in other range trips, the gun has opened up significantly with heat.
Yep. Yeah, with the suppressor on it.
After that, there was a fairly significant gap in time. The weather got much, much colder, and we decided to try the gun with a gigantic break on it. Josh, Ben, and myself, again, all put groups down to see if the gun was improved or about the same with a can versus a break. We also swapped optics to see if the Loophole Mark V HD would help us at all at 100 yards, as well as some Norma 6.5 ammo that was provided to us by True Shot Gun Club. The results were pretty unanimous. At 100 yards, it was holding about 1-inch groups.
All right, we are back. It is many days later. Ben is here. Josh is here, and we've got the SIG Cross out. Now, this is which comp?
Viper.
The Viper comp from Lancer Systems that we've installed on here to give us maximum recoil reduction. It's a really, really nice comp. It is very, very loud. Josh is just going to try and put some groups down at about 100 yards down there, and we're just going to take some results and see how we do today. Right?
Absolutely.
Right? A substantial amount of gas movement.
I'm gonna shoot the single patrol boat with the single dot.
Okay. Okay, guys, we are down here at 100 yards, the SIG Cross PRS. We have tried, what was it, the Hornady match 140 grain, yep. 140, and that was with the SIG optic with this group, and this group.
was a variety. It was me. We each shot one group at those various targets, and that was with the SIG Optic and the Hornady. Then we switched to the Norma ammo. This is my 4-shot group up there. And then I believe that might have been Ben or Josh. Which one of you guys was this one? Doesn't matter. It's the same as this. And then we had some groups over here. So then we switched, and you probably can't tell, we switched to a Leupold Mark V HD, which, what do you think about that optic?
I like that optic.
I love that optic. What do you think, Josh?
It's much clearer than the one that was on it.
That SIG optic compared to the Leupold, I believe they're similar in price.
I like the open center in it too.
Yeah.
That you can see like
Don't have the
what
dot
you're
in the
looking
center
through.
of the crosshair, yeah.
Okay, so we all agree that the Leupold Mark V HD 5-25 by, I think, 56, better optic. We shot more groups to see if that would improve our accuracy, and the answer is no. It's all kind of around an inch group across the board, to a point where we were confused at who shot which group because we were letting the gun cool down in between, and
They're all about an inch.
and they're all about the same. So it doesn't really matter who shot what. This is very interesting. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad rifle, but I kind of was hoping for a little bit better performance for the price tag.
Yeah, I was thinking a little tighter.
Calling it a PRS gun at about an inch, is that what you have experienced in terms of like factory PRS guns for about 2,500-ish?
Yeah, it's usually around like 5/8 to 3/4.
So it's a little bit tighter than this. I mean, maybe we could find hand loads that, yeah, maybe, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not gonna. That's more time than I want to spend.
And getting components right now.
Yeah, and I mean, that's not what we do. We're not trying to make a gun shoot more accurate. We're trying to showcase what it's capable of with good factory ammo. For reference, in this video, the suppressors you've seen are the Stealth Project Bolt and the AB Raptor, with an added reflex section. Both were 30 caliber cans. Okay, so where does that leave us? Well, throughout the testing, we saw some sub-MOA groups at 100 and even out to 570-ish yards. We also saw plenty of 1-inch groups at 100 yards. I'm comfortable saying that with some practice and definitely hand loads, this would consistently be sub-MOA. But with factory ammo, it's about an inch, maybe a touch under. It's about an inch gun. Not super impressive in terms of accuracy. I was really hoping that it would hold sub-MOA groups, but with the other features that this gun brings to the table, I wouldn't call it bad by any means. As a total setup, it is definitely not bad. The trigger is really good. The safety with that built-in ledge is something I want on all of my precision-oriented guns. Like, I need that SIG. Go ahead and sell that to everybody, because that's great. And there were 0 malfunctions during our testing. It is a solid rifle. With an MSRP around $2,500,
Yep.
It brings a lot of good stuff to the table for sure. I'll let you guys tell me in the comments if you think it's worth that much given what you've seen here.